Good morning. Hello. I hope everyone is having a fine morning today. The connection seems to be going strong, which is exactly what we want to see. I want to give you guys a bit of a daily market update for today. Bitcoin is still trading strong at around $77,000 after its huge rally last week. We love that it had that big jump up. Also, while crypto sentiments remain very strong, this is great to hear. The Fear and Greed Index is now at 79, which is greed compared to with just 40 last week, which is amazing. Institutional demand is also looking stronger, with US Bitcoin ETFs recording around $1.9 billion in net inflows from last week. And over in traditional markets, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq finished lower on Monday, as semiconductor stocks came under pressure, while the Dow managed to finish higher. All right, big things to watch this week are the NVIDIA earnings and the US inflation data and signals from the Federal Reserve. For crypto, the key question is whether Bitcoin can hold on to its recent gains after approaching the $80,000 level. I like to believe that it's going to keep going up. Sorry guys, I'm still a little bit under the weather. Yes, I do have a lot of faith that Bitcoin is going to keep moving up. I do believe it'll have like a little dip, so it is good time to get those stocks in early if you want to get any Bitcoin, because right now it is at a very good point. If you had bought it yesterday, it probably would have just been a smidge lower, but it is all around the same currently. But yeah, I think it's looking really exciting. It's been a minute since we've had some better numbers. Like Bitcoin last week and for the last month, to be honest, was in the 60,000, the mid 60,000 range, like even getting as low as 62, 63,000. So I'm very excited to have it back in the 70s. But yeah, so to start off today's live stream, I'm just going to send through SuperEx's website if you guys have any interest in following along on what we're doing today. So SuperEx is a great platform if you want to start off as a beginner or someone who has more experience in trading. I started off as a beginner, say maybe 3 months ago, and I was able to learn pretty quickly. So for anyone who is not really familiar with what crypto is, cryptocurrency is like digital money that exists online. It isn't controlled by a bank or government. Instead, it runs on blockchain technology, which securely records transactions in a transparent way. Some common examples are Bitcoin. That's what we'll generally be playing with today. Ethereum and USDT. Bitcoin is often seen as like the digital gold. Ethereum powers applications, and USDT is a stable coin that stays close to the $1. So on SuperEx, there's 3 main things that we get to do. First is deposit crypto into your account. Second, buy and sell crypto using spot trading. And third, trade price movements using futures where you can use leverage. I would actually love to show you guys just quickly how to deposit and withdraw funds, just so you guys can have a bit of a quick understanding. But pretty much what you do is, if you don't already have a SuperEx account, you sign up using your email or phone number, you create a strong password, you verify your account through the code sent to you. Next, you enable a 2-factor authentication in your settings just to add that extra layer of security, because remember guys, we are dealing with actual money here. This is your hard-earned money from your day job or however it is you got it, and you want to make sure it stays safe and secure, so you never share your login details with anyone. Once you've got that all set up, you are ready to deposit your funds. So let me bring you to a page. Here we go. So this is what, apologies guys. I know it sounds a bit bad, but I'm okay, as long as I have my water break. Okay, so to deposit funds, you go to your wallet and you click on deposit, okay? And then this page pops up. You choose the cryptocurrency you want to deposit. USDT is always a good option for beginners. So I would go to USDT. And then you select the network. It can be whichever network you want, be it TRC20, BEP20, ERC20. Make sure it just matches the network from your sending wallet, or your funds could be lost, okay? Remember, this is like the most it sounds straightforward, and it is, as long as you follow the instructions. You make sure everything is exactly where it's coming from and being sent to. Okay, so once you click on one, so this one's Tron. That's TRC20, okay? Then you have the address. You have to copy it exactly as it is. Do not change anything. Then you go to your sending wallet, paste the address, and you send your funds. After a few minutes, once the transaction is confirmed, your balance will appear. It's always a good idea to send a small test amount first, just to make sure you know exactly what you are doing. Okay, so that's the part that is generally quite more straightforward. But if, of course, you want to withdraw funds, let's go to our withdraw. So you just go to assets. So I just went to deposit before. We go to withdraw. So just a bit of a heads up, I have not done my security verification yet, so I'm not actually fully able to go through with this. I've not withdrawn my funds yet, but honestly, it's super straightforward. You go to your wallet, you click withdraw, you select your coin that you want to withdraw. So for example, it could be USDT, okay? I can't actually click on it right now because I don't want to go through the authenticator process while I'm doing my live stream, so you guys don't see my goods, okay? Pretty much I would click next, and then you choose the correct network and double check the address, as mistakes here can lead to a loss of funds. This is where people get really upset because it could happen, but as long as you read the instructions, you're gonna get your funds, okay? After reviewing all the details, you complete the security verification, submit. After a few minutes, your funds will arrive in your destination wallet. Honestly, guys, it's as straightforward as that. You got nothing to stress about. SuperEx really likes to hold your hand through all this process. If you've used other platforms before, you'll notice how SuperEx is just so simple and straightforward. And then for newbies, just take your time. Start with small amounts. If you're depositing or withdrawing, whatever it is, start small, and then work your way up until you understand fully what is happening. So with spot trading, yesterday we did a spot and future trading. I'm going to quickly just give you like a little rundown. Spot trading kind of means you're directly buying and selling assets. For example, if you buy Bitcoin, you own it. You go to the spot section, choose a trading pair like Bitcoin and USDT, which I have currently on the screen. This means you're trading Bitcoin against USDT. If you want to buy, you click buy. If you want to sell and you already have it, you click sell. There are two main order types. Market order lets you buy or sell instantly at your current price, and limit order lets you own a price and wait for the market to reach it. Apologies, guys. Once your order is placed, you can track it in your order history. So yesterday we went through all of this, and my biggest takeaway was that, guys, make sure you always set your take profit and stop loss. We're not going to go over spot again today. We're going to jump into our futures, and then hopefully we can have time for copy trading as well. But yes, I just wanted to show you guys a bit of an example of how similar these two pages look. Hi, fur babies. Chunky meow meow, what you doing? Sorry, guys, you know I have little fur babies who like to have conversations with everyone in the house. They're just setting back into their little beds after having a little roundabout walk. But yeah, so this is our futures page. This is our spot trading. You'll kind of see some similarities there, but also differences. And I'll quickly go over futures right now to make sure that you guys understand what this is. So this is the perpetual futures screen. Just making sure. Yep, it is. As I just showed you, there's some similarities to spot with a couple new pieces. There's 4 areas that I want us just to pay attention to begin with. The top left is the pair sector right over here. So we're trading Bitcoin and USDT perpetual right now. You can switch between ETH, SOL, anything that you want, just right there. And then up here we have our future specific data. So mark price is what the platform uses to calculate your unrealized P&L and liquidation. Index price is the multi-exchange weighted spot price. Funding and countdown, every 8-hour longs pay shorts, or vice versa, depending on the funding rate. You'll see the timer counting down here. 24-hour change, high, low, turnover is pretty standard. And then on the far right, we have our trading panel. This is where we open and close positions. This is where we'll spend most of our time today. And then we have at the middle right, the order book, live buy and sell orders for futures. This also matters for our funding rate skew. For beginners though, just glance and ignore it. I do like you guys to be aware that it's there, but don't worry, we don't have to be paying attention to that today. Just acknowledge that it's there, and maybe down the line when you are more comfortable with making trades, you can take that into account for what you're doing, okay? Water break. Okay, now we're gonna, before we open anything, we wanna pick our margin mode, okay? So to do that, because I've done it before, mine currently says isolated, but yours might say cross on here. So you'd click that button right here. And then we've got these 3 options that come up. I want you guys to really listen carefully and make a solid decision based on what you think is best, because this is what decides what happens when things go wrong. So the first one is our cross margin mode. Every position you have under this asset shares one single margin balance. If one trade tanks, the system will pull from your other position's margin to prevent liquidation. I know it sounds nice, but if everything crashes at once, you can lose your entire futures wallet and not just one position. That would stress me out constantly, so I often do not pick a cross margin mode. All right. Apologies for the cough and the clearing of the throat. Next, we have the isolated margin mode. You'll assign a fixed amount of margin to each position, okay? If the trade goes against you, you only lose that allocated margin. The rest of your wallet is safe. This one is pretty much recommended for beginners. It's a pretty solid choice to go with. That's the one that I pretty much always do. And even though I've been trading for the last 2-3 months, I still consider myself quite new in a beginner stage. And I don't explore too much outside of what I'm comfortable with. So I often stick with split margin mode. Isolate margin mode. But then the other option is split margin mode. So similar to isolated, but you transfer a specific amount up front. If the margin drops to less than or equal to 100%, you get liquidated, and the trader can lose all the margin in that sub account. That's a lot of stress. So as I was saying, just listen carefully, choose which one you want, click confirm. My honest recommendation though for your first month or however long you need, isolated. Always isolated. Don't let one bad trade wipe out everything that you have earned. So yeah, today I'm going to stick with our isolated just because it makes me more comfortable. Okay, next after we've chosen our... Apologies, guys. Water break. You can see the connection's not as strong as it was yesterday, but we're going to keep going strong. But yeah, after we've chosen our margin mode, we're going to go to leverage. So next to isolated, what we've chosen today is a button that says, mine currently says 30 times. I'm not sure what yours will say. So I'm going to click that. And then this pop-up appears. At the big count at the top, you can use the plus or minus to fine tune your number, or you can drag it along here all the way from 1 times to 150 times. Just make sure you read the warnings carefully. Let me just pop that right there for now. So selecting a high leverage will increase the risk of forced liquidation. At 150 times, it's a 0.66% move against you wipes you out. At 10 times, it takes about a 9% move. At 3 times, you can survive a 30% crash. So the higher leverage isn't bigger profits. It's smaller margin for the same position size, which means tighter liquidation distance, okay? Once you've chosen, you click confirm. My recommendation for first timers, start off between 3 and 5 times. You kind of want to learn the platform first before you risk it all in one day. And you can always increase it later. For today, I like an even number. I'm going to go click confirm for my 30 times. Water break. Okay. Now we get to actually set up the order. This is what you guys are all waiting for. I know you guys are always like, oh, I don't want to do the safety precautions and all that stuff. Yeah, well, Guys, we're making sure we're choosing the right stuff so we don't lose a whole bunch of goodies. Okay, with our actual order, first you have to choose between what order mode. If you guys were paying attention yesterday with our spot trading, I always choose limit because limit lets you pick the exact buy price instead of taking the market price. So if I don't like what the market price is right now, so this market price is saying 78,000, okay? I don't want to buy that price. With limit, I can set the price that I want. Okay, so in this price field, I do not like 78,700. I like 77,000 because sevens are my lucky number. Okay, and then that's just like a small dip. That's like what, 1,700 dip from what the current is. I do believe it's gonna go down a little bit before it goes back up more. So that's just how I view it, and I am happy with my bid of 77,000. Next, you choose between Cont versus USDD. Cont means how many contracts. So each Bitcoin contract on SuperEx is equal to a specific Bitcoin quantity, okay? USDT means how much USDT you want to commit. Beginners or people who just want an easier option, go with USDT because you understand what the USDT dollar amount means. Because remember, USDT is just the USD dollar amount. So I don't go with Cont, I always go with USDT. And then how much do you want to commit to this trade? I'm going to commit, let's go 50. Apologies. That's how much capital I'm willing to put towards this trade. All right, and then look down below at our margin right here. Margin is 1.66 USDT, so that's only $3 and change locked up as collateral because at 30 times leverage, 50 USDT of exposure only requires 50 divided by 30. Mathematics is about 1.66 USDT of margin. So that's pretty much the leverage magic. Small margin, big position, big risk too. Okay? If you have any questions at any point, just let me know in the comments down below. Or if you're on a pre-recorded video, don't worry, you can still write a comment, and we do go through the comments to make sure that we help you guys along the way as well. Sorry, I need to cough one more time. It's summer and I'm still getting a cold, and that sucks. Well, I guess it's better to get a cold in summertime than in wintertime. So I guess that's the silver lining to my being sick right now. Okay, now we're going to get to the most important part, the take profit and stop loss. If you only remember one thing from this video, make it this. Never enter a futures trade without these two numbers set, okay? So find the little checkbox that says TP and SL. I'm going to click it and two new fields show up. We got our TP trigger. So I'm going to put our TP trigger at 80,000. Yeah. So that means I'm buying Bitcoin at 77,000. And I'm saying if Bitcoin jumps up to 80, it sells automatically. I lock in my gains. I don't need to stare at the chart. The platform does it for me. We love that. And then similar in the opposite direction, our SL trigger, which is our stop loss. I'm going to put you at 75,000 USDT. So in the opposite direction, if Bitcoin crashes to 75,000 USDT, I sell immediately and I cap my loss. That's kind of the line between losing some margin and getting completely liquidated. We love that. Only after you've set those numbers and only after you've set them, you choose open long or open short. Open long means you're betting Bitcoin goes up, and open short means you're betting it goes down. I would choose open long for this case because I do believe everything is going to be going up, but I do believe it's going to have a little dip to begin with. Okay, once you have clicked your open long or short, but there's two places to check it, okay? Oh, sorry, I can feel myself getting really congested. Our open orders tab at the bottom of the screen. If it's a limit order that hasn't been filled yet, it sits there. You can cancel it anytime. And then our positions tab. Once the order fills, so if Bitcoin touches my 77,000 bid, the trade moves from open orders to positions. You'll see your entry price, your current P&L and USDT, liquidation price, and a close price. To close early, you hit the close button. You can do a flash close, market price instant, or a limit close, your chosen exit price. Once closed, your margin is returned to your futures wallet, plus or minus your P&L minus fees. Apologies. Need a sip of water. But then if your TP or SL triggers automatically, the position will close itself and you'll see it in order history. But yeah, that's the charm with futures. It's honestly really straightforward. Let me just quickly go through a little rundown of what we did. So remember, for a perpetual futures on SuperEx, start to finish recap is you pick your margin mode. I chose isolated for beginners. You pick your leverage. 3 to 5 times is great. I chose 30 times for today. Set your price. I chose 77,000. I choose between USDT or Cont. I always choose USDT. Step 4, always set your TP and SL. Mine was 80,000 and 75,000. Step 5, open long or short based on your view. And then step 6, you just manage the position from the positions tab. It's as easy as pie. I love that. If you guys have any questions about that, feel free to let me know. I think we're going to jump onto copy trading now, just so you guys can have a bit of a taste of what copy trading is like. Let me just refresh the page and make sure we got the newest goods and data here. Okay, so this is the SuperEx Copy Trading Hub. There's 4 things I want you to be able to look at. The top section is your dashboard here. Right now, my net investment and P&L are all 0 because I haven't started. Once you start copying, this is where you'll see your real-time profit loss across the traders you follow. Okay. Next is this yellow strip right here. This yellow strip, SuperEx allows you to flip the table and become a lead trader yourself. You can earn up to 10% of every dollar your copiers make. We're not doing that today, but just file that away for future knowledge that you can do that if you feel like you're up for the challenge. Okay, now down here is the Trading Plaza, right down here. This is the marketplace of every public lead trader on SuperEx. The buttons across the top let you sort it by copy trader, P&L percentage, total P&L, AUM, that's assets under management, number of copy traders, or max drawdown. You can also flip the time frame, 30 days, 7 days, whatever you want, okay? Or if you already know a trader by name or UID, you can just search them right in there, okay? I want you to scroll down just so you can have a look at what these lead trader cards are like. Okay, so the first part I want to show you is each card shows your trader's profile picture, nickname, as you can see up here. Nickname, how many copy slots they have free. 1 out of 200 would mean it's nearly empty. This one says 5 out of 200. But yeah, so their headline P&L percentage in green or red and a mini P&L chart. Okay, this is the critical bit that I want you guys to really pay attention to. It's the 30-day P&L. 30-day copy traders P&L. That's how much money their copiers actually made, AUM, and all the important max drawdown. A drawdown tells you the biggest drop from peak to trough. A trader can have a 200+% P&L, but if their drawdown is 70%, it means that they almost blew up at some point. Always check the drawdown, okay? And then the copy trading button right here at the bottom of each card is a one-click follow, but I want to show you the smarter way first. We're going to first click on the trader's name and open the full details, okay? Okay, dokie. So I clicked into BlackRock Win, and now you can see pretty much everything. So the top right in the big yellow copy now button, we'll get there in a second. That's when you want to copy into and start following through with a trade. All right. Other part is these numbers tell you who you're dealing with. These numbers are right up here. So days trading 441. That's over a year. That's pretty substantial. Copy trade is 5 out of 200. That means there's plenty of room. Total copy traders is 10. So historically, 10 people have copied them. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that so far. Closed portfolios, 0. They've never shut down a strategy mid-flight. So that's good to keep note of. Profit share ratio is 10%. So if you make money, they take 10% as a fee, which I think is pretty fair because they are the ones doing the work and we're just copying and following along. Okay, and then performance metrics. So we've got the P&L percentage. We've got 60+% there. Max drawdown we have at 0. Net investment. Oh, their net investment is $169,000, so that's pretty good. Margin balance is $64,000. Notice the unrealized P&L is unrealized is 9,325. All right, just make sure you guys keep these all in your noggin when you're looking through everything. Just read everything before you commit, okay? And then on the right is the P&L percentage chart for the last 30 days. You ideally want to see an uptrend that doesn't have wild zigzags. You want a smooth, and up is the dream. So above the main info, you also have tabs up here that says current position. That's what they're holding right now. Position history. That's their past closed trades. Then transfer history and copy user. So who's copying them currently. Spend 2 minutes here before you click copy now, okay? Honestly, this person's probably one of the better ones that I have seen. It's not ideal. One of the reasons why I myself have not gotten into copy trading just yet is because I haven't found that perfect person that I feel comfortable doing a copy trade with. But so far, I would say this one is one of the better ones. Okay, after reading all that information, we're going to click copy now. And this new page comes up, okay? This is the one-click copy trading setup. First, copy trading amount that you are going to put through. So the minimum is 10 USDT. The maximum is 200 USDT. My futures wallet only has, how much is that? 15 available. Just for the sake of understanding how we're all, okay, actually, I probably will just do 15 for the time being. I would never recommend going all in at once, okay? That's something I'm putting out there, is that normally I would not say put it all in. Actually, let's put 10 just for the sake of just showing you what it is, okay? Okay, that's pretty much how much capital I'm dedicating to mirroring this trader. Now read this description below carefully. 3 rules. First, open positions proportionally. If the lead trader uses 10% of their balance on a Bitcoin long, you also use 10% of yours. Sorry, guys. Second, margin mode will be the same as the lead traders. So if they use cross, you use cross. Third, your leverage will match the lead trader's leverage. You don't get to override these. You're literally riding shotgun. So remember, they're making the big choices, and then you just get to make these smaller choices to make sure that you're not going to be too unhappy if anything goes south, okay? Number 3, always use your safety belt. So click the advanced settings right there, and these new pop-ups come through. I always recommend clicking this open, and let's make sure we set this. For any trade you want to go into, you want to put your take profit and your stop loss, okay? So I'm going to set my take profit at 50% P&L, meaning if my copy amount hits a 50% gain on any single position, SuperEx auto closes it and locks in my win. Don't get greedy, take the money. Okay, position stop loss. I'm going to set that one at 30%. I think that's pretty solid. So if any position is down 30%, the platform cuts it. No matter what the lead trader does, I get to bail. This is your circuit breaker. Without it, a bad trade can blow up your whole account, okay? And then single order margin cap. How much... this is like how much margin it gets used on a single trade. So even if the lead trader goes nuts and puts like, what, 80% of their balance in one TRX moonshot, your copy amount will still only commit however much you put through. I'm going to put 10. Sorry, 10. It's only going to commit 10 USDT to, okay? So critical risk control. You always want to make sure you set these numbers to make sure you are happy with whatever outcome comes through. All right, below the advanced settings, you have to click the 2 checkboxes once confirming 10% profit share. Guys, they're doing the work. They get to have 10%. And make sure you click I have read and agree, and you read these terms just to make sure you know what you're getting into. And then once you're ready and happy, you click copy trading, and then you'll be copying BlackRock win with trade. It's pretty straightforward once you find the person that you want to. Once you're copying, you can monitor and manage everything from my copy trading page. That's the button on the top right of the copy trading hub. Apologies. There we go. So my copy trading hub right up there. You'll see each active subscription, which trader, how much you've allocated, current P&L, a stop button for every trader, 1 click. You stop following them and your open positions close out of the market price. So there's also the history that you get to go check out for every trade the platform copied for you, and with profit, loss, and fees. You are never locked in with copy trading. You can always stop at any time, switch traders, or top up on your allocation. Treat copy trading like an active subscription, not like a set and forget. Check it at least weekly just so you know exactly what is happening. But yeah, it's a super straightforward process. Like I said before, I just haven't found that right person that I want to do it to. But maybe you can get on here, find a good person. Let me know in the comments if you found someone that I should try copy trading with, and I will listen to you guys, and we'll go forth and we can do the experience together. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take care, and I will see you next week for our upcoming 2 live streams.